Hello and welcome to Let's Play the Stanley Parable Part 4. This is Frando Bagel, or Bagel Wench depending on how you know me. And I have my first request. Right, my ex-girlfriend commented on one of the, I think it was the third one, or the second? I think it was the second. The second Let's Play, and asked if we could do the broom closet ending. Which personally I don't think is an ending, but hell, why not?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What does it
Stanley
mean?
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Probably the memo, as per usual. Was that a yellow box up there last time? It looks different. That's all I'm saying. Right. Around here. And again. This feels longer than usual. Oh. This is longer than... No, I'm sure this is longer than usual.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Because we're going for the broom closet ending, we will. Around we go. And again.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Right. R.I.P. the phones. Right. Here we go.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here.
Nothing.
So he turned around and got back on track.
Nope. This is going to take a really long time.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
There's a lot of talking from the narrator in this one. I played it through on my first... It's one of the ones I did on my first playthrough.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Sweet effect. I'm crouching, but, you know, either way. There's no water in there. I suppose you wouldn't want to.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yes.
Standing around doing nothing?
Yes.
Why?
Because...
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Because I want to confuse you, basically. Now I want to do the broom closet ending for everyone. What is that? Is that a staple gun?
You do realise there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me, because literally, this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
I don't know, it's a nice closet, it's a good size.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite."
I do not
I hope your friends find this concerning.
I do not sound like that. We don't have a water cooler. Is that what he said?
Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
That's just
that
me.
or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Caffeine, possibly, but not hookers.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
You're dead.
Am I?
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard.
It's a bit like a cardiac
Well, in a
arrest.
situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone
That's a
who
lovely
happens
thought.
to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species.
That's not very
Please
nice.
remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right. When you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Part of me is tempted just to stay in the cupboard some more. But from what Lucy was saying, this is the end of it. Right.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board.
Thanks.
I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Thank you. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No. I mean, you've already gone up there, haven't we? So, logic dictates I go down. There's a big red thing. Red. I like red. Okay.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
No.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Maybe.
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense.
One, two,
And as
B4.
Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself,
A,
this
B,
is
11,
all
12.
too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just
Little.
hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! he
Of
yelled.
course.
This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job.
Zoom, zoom,
He
zoom,
wasn't
zoom.
crazy after all.
Nope.
And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself
floating.
soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
Yeah.
Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
It's a good
Now the
question.
voice was describing itself
Boing.
being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley.
Bit mean.
After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that?
How?
This voice was a part of himself too, surely,
no.
if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that
Yes.
this was a dream.
Yes.
So he closed his eyes gently,
Closing.
and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one.
I still kind of sleep on my side.
Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream.
Yes. It's
I wish
still a
it
good
to be
dream.
over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please.
Please.
It's all I want.
I want to do that.
I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
Exactly.
My life is normal.
Yeah.
I am normal.
Yeah.
Everything will be fine.
Everything.
I am okay.
Oh. Oh no.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
Gotta
And everything went black.
Ooh. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh.
Mariella
Mariella
woke up
Parables?
on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance,
Stanley's feet
for
look
just
weird.
a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal.
Yes.
I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
That's not very nice. This could do is call 999. Oh, I know you guys can't see it, but it's the sunset setting here. So pretty. Oh, let's see. Well, we got time for another one. Oh. Which is probably a good thing, because this is very different. Ooh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. I'll go with you this time, narrator man. There's the meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Broom closet.
Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Right.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I already kind of know what's down there. I don't really like that ending. It's kind of depressing. Let's see what my boss has got for me. Something a bit different.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Ooh.
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh, don't want to. Let's do a different one. Different ending. Let's see. There's not really much choice. There's the button! Bing bing! Down we go. I think this might be a very similar ending to the first one. If it is, I apologise now. I just want to see if the broom closet will close.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself. to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Nope.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Really? No. I don't believe you.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward
That I am.
and willingly confront his death.
Yep. Oh, those curtains. Oh! No, okay. Not dead. Not dead. Ow!
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this life is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh. Oh god, oh god. Oh no.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh. Ooh. Oh no. That way.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Oh.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
I suppose. This game can be very deep at times. Well, this appears to be like a Stanley Parable Museum dedicated to people who have made it, I suppose. Kevin biting. I'm not sure if I love you or if I hate you, but you did a good job. I'll give you that, young man. Probably older man. Okay. Wall zone. Just quick look around all of these. What's this say? Narrator emails. If I wasn't doing a let's play, I would look through these a little more in depth. But I don't really want to bore you. Oh, pardon that. My voice has gone funny. What's this one? Game design mock-up. Oh, the thing I was in. Is that where I came in? Oh.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Oh, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Can you see?
Oh.
Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it.
I can't. I'm doing a let's play. I can't. Stop playing a let's play. This video's gotten longer than I thought it would be. What's happening? Oh gosh, I don't want to stop it now if it gets better later. So I'll give it like 5 more seconds. 2, 1. Okay, well, seems to have stopped. Bit rude. Well, this has been the Stanley Parables. Links below if you want to purchase and have a go yourself. I've, as ever, been Frando Bagel or Bagel Wench, depending on how you know me. And, yes, it's been lovely talking to you. This is probably going to be the last Stanley Parable for a bit, because it's not really being well received. And although I like making them, it just seems a bit silly if I'm making them for other people to watch and no one's really enjoying them. So I'm just going to keep it to a personal thing. Well, have a good day, and see you soon.